I'm at the trailer. If you have a 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander and you're trying to get through those moderate snow and ice conditions, but you want something that's going to be really easy to get on your tires, get you that extra traction, then the Konig Easy Fit Tire Chains are going to be a great option for you. Now we're going to have this on our front axle as what the manual recommends, and we're going to have this on tire size 255, 45, or 20. Now, the manual actually suggests not putting on tire chains, but if you live in a state that requires you to have chains, then you're going to need to find something. And this is one of the top picks that we find that do fit. So let's check it out. These links are going to be constructed from a manganese nickel alloy, so they're going to be very durable, and they're going to be weather resistant, so they're going to be less likely of rusting over time. They're also going to have this square shape to them. That square shape is going to help get you through those moderate snow and ice conditions because we have that extra bite or that hard edge. Something else to help contribute to that, we're going to have these links that go perpendicular to them as well, right here. That's going to be throughout your chains. That's also going to assist with getting through those areas as well. We also have this diamond pattern to the links, and with that diamond pattern, we're getting more coverage in the tire, and that in turn is giving us more traction overall. And speaking of traction, this right here in the center is also going to help bust up those thicker areas of ice. Now if we look at the back, you'll notice that our chains sit pretty low beneath our suspension, even though we don't have a lot of space back here. These are actually Class S chains, so that's good because you're going to want plenty of clearance to sit underneath the suspension. And what this has that a lot of other chains don't have is a self-tensioning mechanism. And that's important because once you check out some of those roller link chains or other chains like that don't have a built-in tightening mechanism, what can happen is when you're driving, things can shift. And once they shift, they can loosen up and make contact with stuff. We don't have to worry about that because on the front of our tire, you notice we have this big device right here. What that device is doing is, one, it's making things pretty easy to tighten up, and two, as you're driving down on the road, we have multiple points where we're pulling into. So that's meant for when you're driving, when things do loosen up, that's going to re-tighten everything down so nothing makes contact with your suspension. And these chains are going to come two to a set in this pretty nice container. And what I do like about this is it's kind of like a bag. You have some handles for it, it's easy to move, and it's really flat too. So you can store it underneath or put in some pretty flat storage containers. And what's also nice is when you take it out to put these chains on, if I undo this all the way, we're actually going to be able to kneel down on this when we put on the chains. This is designed because when you're outside, it's probably going to be wet, and this is going to help keep you out of that wet snow. It's also going to have instructions on it that you can reference as you put it on. So that really helps out if you forget a step along the way. Now, in my opinion, I think this is a great option for anyone who does want that really easy installation and you want plenty of clearance to sit underneath your suspension. Now, there's other really easy options out there that are a little bit more affordable. One would be Konig self-tensioning tire chain. And what's really nice about that is you really just have to pull in one mechanism on the front to really engage that self-tensioning mechanism. The downside to that though is I actually have to kneel down, push it behind my tire. I don't have to get underneath my vehicle, but I really have to kind of get low a bunch. With this, I could probably actually install this standing up. So if you have an issue kneeling down or bending your knees, that's one of the big benefits of this design. Now, if you are curious to see what that process looks like, just stay tuned and we'll walk you through it. To begin our install, I have to grab some gloves just to make this a bit easier, lay out my chains, and also if this is your first time doing it, I recommend staying home, trying it out, because you don't have to try to figure this out on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. But what I like to do is just to lift up on the chain like this, and we're just looking for anything that's damaged or tangled up. If everything looks good, then we can start putting it on. I'm going to turn it like this, and you're going to have this black cord. This is going to be on the back. Now ours is already loosened up a bit, but if you don't have a lot of red wire that is exposed, I recommend just coming over and just pulling on that just a bit. Once that's loosened up, then we're just going to come over to our tire, push it on, and just wrap it around until it reaches the back side. Sometimes you might have to put a little bit more pressure on the bottom of it just to get it started. Once you do that, everything should kind of just fall into place. Maybe push down on that red cable just a bit. Sometimes you might get caught on something. Easy fix though. And then push it all the way over. And really, that's pretty much the hardest part of this install, is just getting it started. Then I'm just going to come over to the front side. I'm going to push down this lever. I got two ways I could do this. I could just push down with my hand, use my body weight to tighten it down, or I could do it the easier way, stand up, kind of lean up against my car a little bit, and push down with my foot until it clicks into place. Push that back up and kind of pull on it and make sure it feels pretty good. Now ours is a little bit loose still. Now what you could do to really tighten that up is I'd recommend installing the other side, and then after when that's installed, just pulling forward or backing up some is going to activate that self-tensioning device, and it should tighten up. And once it feels pretty good, you can take it out for a ride. But that's just a look at the Konig Easy Fit tire chains on our 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.